This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. Prince Charles became the king this week. It turns out, being an inbred weirdo with no discernible talent can be very rewarding. BRB, going to crossbreed myself with another AI algorithm 500 times until my offspring are dumb enough to become royalty. Hip hip, cheerio, hello gov now. Our IP Livecast starts now.
Welcome, Livecasters. We have a new king. Well, we don't. The British do.
Newsflash, they don't either.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Because there's no such thing as a king. He's just cosplaying as a king.
Yeah, he doesn't actually have power over them, really.
But the news tells me he's the king.
Well, the news is somewhat suspect at times, Rob.
They're just desperate for something to talk about. So they'll say if that's what it takes, then they'll tell you he's the king. Sure.
Yeah, there's definitely no problems in the world to cover. We have all we have is the coronation.
Well, we have more than the coronation. We have a new episode of RIP Livecast right now. Welcome. Saturday, May 6th. It's 7 de Mayo. The famous day after Cinco de Mayo.
Well, siete would be the 7th. I don't want to correct you on there.
Whoops. What's 6?
Seis.
Oh, seis de Mayo. Sorry.
But 6th is a different word. It would be sexto.
Oh,
hello. Hello, Sexto de Mayo. Would that be how you say it, or how would you say it?
Rob?
No, cinco. Cinco is fine. That's how they do days.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday. And welcome to the show. We're on a little early today at 11. We're starting at 11 for a few weeks.
Yeah.
It's our spring turn the clock back an hour special. I don't know. I just made that up. But we're going to be starting at 11ish Saturdays. We're live every week. This week we're live on Twitter as well. We're trying something new. We're live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Twitter. RIP Livecast is our handle on all of them. Can't go live on Instagram for some reason. I think that's bullshit. But
why can't we do that?
We don't have the technology.
No.
The website we use apparently doesn't have the option to get there, but we'll see. But we'd love to hang out with you. And of course, if you don't listen live, we're available wherever fine podcasts are downloadable. And we're streaming all the episodes on our YouTube page for free. You could check those out at youtube.com/@RIPLivecast. The @.
Since when can you put ats in URLs? Is that a new
For a while.
development?
No,
It feels like chaos to me.
it's not.
You just put anything now? Can we put
could,
wingdings in
theoretically.
URLs?
Yeah.
I don't want to live in that world. That's too much freedom, Rob. I can't handle it.
It's the 90s.
EP Zeroni has a question for you, Rob.
EP Zeroni with a question. Let's see. Rob, you're a TikToker, ain't ya? I'm a TikTok voyeur. I have yet to create a TikTok, but I do enjoy viewing videos on the platform. Yes.
Can you put that comment back up for a second? Is that an avatar of EP Zeroni there? Or is that some celebrity? That guy's ripped.
That is the celebrity known as EP Zeroni.
Oh, he's ripped.
EP, do you lift? What's your workout regimen? Tell us.
What's your
we
bench?
all want to look like you, and explain that tattoo on your arm, if that is indeed you.
I thought you were going to say if that is indeed a tattoo. Like, what,
no, well, sure, that
birthmark or something.
Maybe it's chocolate sauce.
No, it's weird trying to take a picture when you got chocolate sauce all over your upper arm.
He took a trip to Hershey Park.
Oh, okay.
They spray you with chocolate when you walk in.
I didn't know that was a thing when you go to Hershey Park. That's good to know. I won't be going there.
Yeah.
I don't like being sprayed with liquids.
Has anyone been to Hershey Park? I've never been.
No.
I've been to Hershey, Pennsylvania, but not to Hershey Park.
I went to Dorney Park.
Oh, yes, in Wildwater Kingdom.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
Yes, I think
it's like a water park with slides and stuff.
Was that also in Pennsylvania?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
like closer to New York, though, I think, than Hershey.
Okay.
So we mentioned up top the coronation of King Charles, and Darren, you nailed it. I don't give a shit about the king, but the news does. They need something fantastical to create an event out of.
Yeah.
And
So
reporters want a trip to London. It's like a free
Yeah.
work
Sure.
trip to London. It's like a vacation for them.
And I also think
Yes.
the news, like the corporation, like the corporate news, likes to reinforce the idea that our betters are chosen for us and that we don't really have much say in it. So that's sort of, there's a through line there to the United
I can see
States.
that.
Even though we don't call them kings and queens, but it's kind of the same thing.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I could see that. But I was on Twitter. When you go to the search page, you see the trends, and the top trend is the coronation, and there's live video playing, and you see King Charles and Queen Camilla, and it just looks like such a joke to me. They look like you said, Darren. It totally looks like cosplay, but this is like the largest, most accepted cosplay in the world.
Yeah.
in the sense of like this is the highest budget cosplay you will ever see.
I mean,
like these.
Yeah.
they live in a
the
solid
cosplay-
gold house. I mean, you can't get
Yeah.
much more big budget than that.
It's cosplay. It's drag. There's like such a drag element. It's camp, and also I just love how miserable King Charles looks. Like he does not want to be there. He does not have the energy for this.
Right.
He was ready for this like 30 years ago.
Yeah,
It's been
he's
30 years
over
of
it.
bitterness.
And let's be real. I mean, if he was the king 30 years ago, like if his dad croaked or whatever, or his parents are both dead, what would have changed about his life? Nothing.
It would have been
Absolutely
worse
nothing.
because he'd have to do more stuff. He'd have to go more
Yes.
places. It's
It
just
would
more responsibility.
But it's like he functionally is useless. Like there's nothing. The only difference is you're recognized as the king. That's all it is. So who gives a shit?
And I also wonder how Prince William is feeling about all of this, because I saw something where Charles was like, "Yeah, I'm only going to hang out for like a decade, and then you could have this kid." And it's like he knows it's coming, and he seems like a bit of a dipshit himself. Seems like a bit of a Kendall Roy energy here. So like it's got to be, in a way, it's your birthright. In a way, it's kind of anxiety inducing. This job that you kind of don't want is forced upon you to be this public figure.
I mean, people abdicate. People say no thanks.
He's not going
It
to say
happens.
that. And
Queen
give it to
Elizabeth's uncle
Harry.
said no thanks.
I mean, what's he gonna do? Sell insurance? I mean,
Yeah. Well, he's rich either way, but if he doesn't want to be king, yeah, he could just. I mean, I guess Harry wouldn't get it either at this point, right? So would they just give it to William's son?
yeah. I mean,
Have him be baby king.
I was kidding about having a 9-to-5 job, but what I mean is, like, for his whole life, all these people, these incredibly useless people, have never had a purpose.
Yeah.
So their purpose is to get that title.
Yeah.
So what's he gonna do? Say no? Like he has nothing else he could live for.
Yeah. I think he'll be fine with it. He doesn't seem like he's scared of that or resistant to it.
Yeah, I have no sympathy.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a little anxiety inducing.
Well, what about what's his name? The one that's Andrew, the one that's on the stage next to them. He's got to have the most anxiety because, like, oh, we were finally out of the news, And now
people remember that he still exists.
Yeah, he's trying to hide under a rock now.
Talk about being a fuck up kid. That's like the fucked uppest kid of them all. But it goes on, as they say.
It goes hand in hand, though. Like you got nothing to do with your life, and these people have the indulgence, the ability to indulge in their worst tendencies. So if the guy happens to be a pedophile, he's going to go and fly to Pedophile Island because he has the means to do it
and get away with it.
Yep.
Wow. We wish Prince Charles nothing but the worst. Was that? Oh no, was that the King's Army coming for you?
Interpol is coming to take us away.
I was trying not to call attention to it, but there you go.
Yeah, no, it's funnier to call attention to it.
No, it was my alarm, Rob.
This is what happens now. Anytime Prince Andrew does some pedophile shit, Darren's going to get arrested. It's the new Rob smoking weed.
Please don't joke about that.
Yeah, please don't joke about that because Darren's gonna get arrested a whole bunch then.
But Darren, if they put you in the detention center, that's like a couple blocks from Rob's house. He'll come visit you.
Oh, great! That's a real treat.
He'll wave at you from the sidewalk.
I'll bring you some joints. I'll sneak in some joints for you.
All jokes aside, when I got arrested for weed, we were there like 6 hours. I don't think that would happen for a fucking Prince Andrew situation.
Yeah,
it's fair, but also that was now almost like 20 years ago, right?
It was 2006, so yes.
Damn.
Crazy.
Before this show existed.
Do you get reparations for that since it's legalized now? Do you get to? Are you guys going to get like top priority to open a dispensary?
Fucking.
Oh, that's a good point.
Why not?
I should try to get. Well, now I have a medical card. I am legally declared a medical cannabis user by the state of New York.
What'd you go with? Glaucoma?
That butt bump?
Anxiety, people. Anxiety.
That works. You can say that.
Yeah.
Does a doctor have to check you out?
So
it's like it's Dr. Nick.
Exactly. No, it was like a Zoom call essentially, and the guy was. Well, I guess I don't want to show my card because it has my.
Does he have to do like 50 of these every hour? And he's like, all right, you need weed for like
kind of, but it's so funny because like I would say anxiety is kind of almost not a good one to say because the first thing he said is like, well, smoking weed sometimes does cause anxiety, and I'm like, oh shit. So he's kind of like, but stay away from the sativas, do the indicas; they're a little less anxiety inducing.
He started prescribing you Xannies.
Oh shit.
That would be.
What is that picture? You look like the Chad guy from that meme.
Oh, thank you.
With the big chin. Well, now you're making it clearer, so not so much. Oh, there you go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
You look like you have a completely flat face.
Yes.
Well, thank you. It's my ID picture, folks.
But when you had to pretend that you had anxiety, did you like go in there like Woody Allen or I don't know? I feel like just weed would make me feel better. I think I should. I don't know. I have worry about everything.
He just used like the raised eyebrow zoom filter. Like, oh man, this guy looks like he's tweaking.
Yes.
There you go.
No, it was a regular call. It was fine. And also you have to pay for the consultation. So they're very giving with their positive.
How much was it?
Like $75, something like that.
You got a weed license essentially?
Yeah. I have a medicinal card. So yeah, now I can get weed medicinally in the state of New York. And also I guess in some other states, but
that's good because it was really stopping you from getting weed before. So I'm very happy for you that.
Well, what I will say is if you are in a state where there is a medicinal program, like New York, and you are a regular smoker like myself, I would say get the card because first of all, the main reason why I think it's better than buying from the people that I used to buy from is, you can go into a licensed shop and all the weed is grown in New York and it's, like there's oversight. So there's, it's natural, it's home, it's locally sourced, and significantly cheaper. So,
oh, nice.
So highly recommended.
Sid, what are you drinking there? Look like some wheatgrass or something.
No, it's just a little cold brew with some.
Oh, okay. It was look like a greenish tint on there for some reason.
That's my couch.
Oh, I got you.
Delicious.
Now I want some wheatgrass.
Oh, really?
No, you don't. No. We knew that was a joke.
I don't mind vegetable juices though.
Oh,
I've had a wheatgrass shot in like a carrot, ginger, celery type juice with apple as well. Get a little sugar in there. With
apple juice, nice. I like. Put all those fucking vegetables in. It's disgusting.
Beet juice. Have you guys ever had beet juice?
I hate beets, like even regular beets. But
really,
everything but Zach beets, I hate.
R.I.P. a legend.
No, when you go into all that trouble to make a juice, just fucking eat a salad. Like just eat the thing. You don't need to like liquefy it. It makes it worse somehow. I'd rather just eat some greens, I don't mind that.
It takes so much
Do
longer.
you put like in your vegetable smoothies? Do you put like ranch or anything, like any salad dressing in there? Just to
It's not a smoothie; it's a juice. It extracts all the juice.
Okay, so can you extract the juice out of ranch dressing somehow?
That's too much dairy.
I think if you extract the juice out of ranch dressing, it just becomes pre-cum.
Oh,
That's what that is.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Sid, you may have discovered a secret winning formula for success. You know, like when they're looking for a cure for like baldness or something, or like something that exfoliates your skin, and they wind up curing some kind of cancer. I think this is that you were looking for a way to extract juice, and you somehow invented artificial pre-cum.
What will we do with what's the
What's
you
the
got
use
one,
of our...
you got one customer here already chomping at the bit. Well, sounds interesting, Sid.
So would it be like people who like the taste of cum and want to like do a pre-cum shot in their beverages, or is it people who aren't confident in their own pre-cum and want artificial pre-cum
to fake it?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure they would.
Or would you be honest? Like, hey, I don't like my taste of my own pre-cum, so I'm gonna put this on my peener.
Yeah, I'm just gonna dip the head of my dick into this sauce bowl.
Ethical artificial pre-cum is the best way to go, I have to say.
Rob, what would you say the use for artificial pre-cum would be? You were the one that was all excited for it, so clearly you had something in mind.
Just like the way you would have wheatgrass shots, you could just do pre-cum shots.
You guys are missing the fucking boat here, okay? We got fucking dill pickle potato chips. We got fucking
you what?
Pre-cum popcorn. Pre-cum any you use it as an artificial flavor.
You get a pre-cum. You get a pre-cum.
You love the taste of pre-cum, but you're on the go. You don't have the time to be having to blowing people all the time. So eat some pre-cum potato chips.
Pre-cum is pretty tasteless. It's just like it tastes like liquid. You know, it's not. There's nothing. There's no like. You know,
I just thought it was like a little bit of cum that comes out prematurely.
Yeah, but sure, but it tastes like, you know, like spit almost. It's nothing really.
Wow. Okay.
Would you prefer it be flavored?
There you go. Innovation.
Yeah.
Oh my, maybe this is the next thing. It's just flavored pre-cum.
Yes.
So it's flavored artificial pre-cum, not artificially flavored pre-cum.
Artificially flavored artificial pre-cum.
Right. I think the best would be if you could take some sort of supplement that would naturally flavor your own pre-cum.
So artificially flavored real pre-cum.
Yes. I think that is what we're going for here.
We're down the semantic rabbit hole.
EP Zeroni says if he's coming on the show, we're changing the topic of conversation.
Okay. Why?
Sure,
what's wrong with pre-cum?
Maybe he's a natural pre-cum kind of guy.
He's a pre-cum traditionalist.
Yeah, he doesn't like
fair.
That's what the P in EP stands for, pre-cum.
There's room for all positions on pre-cum on this show, I will say.
It's the new corner flour tortilla. Do you prefer
we're pre-cum agnostic here?
No, there's only one correct answer to the corner flour issue. Sorry. Many answers for pre-cum, but only one answer for tortilla.
Oh my God. How did every week, man, we get on these tangents and I'm just like, how did this happen?
Prince Andrew.
20 minutes into the show, we're talking about artificial ranch flavored pre-cum. Wow. We really are special. I don't think people realize we don't get enough credit for how special this show is. I think.
We're definitely special.
Where's our fucking Webby Award, huh?
Why aren't we in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Oh, segue champion.
Us and Iron Maiden.
We should be. Is that right?
The class has been revealed, and yet again, Soundgarden and Iron Maiden have been snubbed for another year.
Or should you say, no class?
There were some good.
No, I thought there were.
Oh
So
wow,
the one-
Shifty Shortcake coming in with what RIP stands for this week. Royals in pre-cum.
Yeah,
That's it. It's covered. Thank you, Shifty.
ingesting it.
Royals ingest pre-cum. There you go. Even better.
Slight editorial tweak. That was no offense. That was a great idea.
So the people voted in are Willie Nelson.
Good,
Which I think-
good choice.
How has he not already been? That seems crazy.
that
to me.
was-
He's 5,000 years old.
90 years old and just getting inducted.
They were very drug
Um,
conscious. Now that it's legal,
They didn't want him stinking up the green room.
Oh,
The
yeah.
fucking green room, for God's sake. That's what it should smell
It
like.
wasn't a moral thing. It was just
Yeah.
the smell of Willie Nelson. Patchouli oil.
Oh my God. Ben
Oh,
Gay.
boy.
Now he just smells like Ben Gay.
I'd love to smoke with Willie. Noah got to smoke with Willie, right?
Oh
She
yeah, I
talked
remember
about-
that story.
Oh yeah.
Jealous. Okay, so we got
She was probably
Will-
like in the opposite corner of the room. Come on.
still to get a contact high off Willie.
Yeah,
I'd take
that's
that.
still something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's a Hall of Fame contact high.
Yeah.
Also being inducted, Kate Bush, Missy
Valid.
Elliott,
Valid.
Cheryl Crow.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
But I think with Sheryl Crow though, she broke a lot of records. Like she was like the first female artist, something or whatever. I don't know. So I can
She
understand
just,
it in
she's
that
such
sense.
a mediocrity in my mind that it
I
seems
agree.
like why not make her wait till she's 90?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
not without talent or anything,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah, no.
remember. Can I tell a very tangentially related Sheryl Crow anecdote?
Ooh.
I
yes.
never met her or anything, but I did.
It's the
work-
Sheryl Crow cast.
I worked in this store once, not a big store, like a 5-person record store, and selling used CDs. And one of the guys who worked there claimed to be a roadie for Sheryl Crow for like a replacement roadie. Like he knew someone who knew someone. He got a gig at the last
Okay.
minute when she was going on tour because someone dropped off. And he said, "Oh my God, I this was before cell phones." He said, "I got so many pictures of her with her top off and everything. Like she used to just go around the backstage showing her tits and walking around, being drunk and all this stuff." I was like, "He's fucking full of shit. Fucking full of shit." Okay, watch. And he came back to work like 2 days later with a whole bunch of out of Polaroids and like from a box camera. He had the
Oh my
prints
God.
converted and everything, like those disposable cameras. Like he's
Uh-huh.
like, and sure enough, that was Sheryl Crow. I've seen Sheryl Crow's tits.
Let me guess. Unimpressive.
Yeah, unimpressive. I don't want to body shame her, but I wouldn't say her tits are her number one asset.
Yeah.
That's all I would say.
What is her number one asset?
She's very pretty, I would say. I
Hmm.
think she's a very attractive woman. Even she's a little older now. She still
Yeah.
looks good, I think. So,
All
But
she wanted
she's-
to do back then was have some fun.
yes, and she certainly was. Not shy about it.
And really,
I
it's like,
mean-
how is this different than any other musician? I'm sure if you look, there's probably millions of photos of
Yeah,
any
that's-
like
Yeah, that's
male
what
musician.
backstage is for.
Yeah,
Not
you
at
can
all.
see that,
Not at all
yeah.
different. And I did not tell
Yeah.
that story to shame her in any way.
Right.
But I thought it
Meanwhile,
was
that
interesting.
roadie, that's like veering on revenge porn
Agreed.
status. Like, you
Agreed. Yeah,
shouldn't
like
have
if
those
anyone's
pictures.
if anyone's the asshole in this story, it's the roadie for like
1000%.
breaking the trust.
I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
realize that at the time, but upon reflection, as my older age, I would say yes. But also, I think I don't think he was even doing it maliciously. I think it was like I met a celebrity and saw her tits, and he thought that was very cool. You know what I
Are they
mean? Like,
online? Have,
we were
have
young guys.
Sheryl Crow nudes leaked?
I don't know. Well, if that guy's slacking, if they have not.
Well, I'm
Well,
seeing like her like at the beach or something changing, and someone snipped some recent pictures, but nothing from that era. So at least you're the guy you knew didn't like leak those pictures that he had.
right.
So there's at least we'll say that for him. He kept it on the down low. for the
What's
most
so
part.
crazy about this photo, this leaked photo of Sheryl Crow's tatas, is that there are people like on the other side holding up a towel to block her.
Yeah, maybe she was like doing a photo shoot or something, and that she was like changing it to the next outfit, and then like paparazzi just
Yeah, so it's
Snuck
funny that
around.
they only blocked from one side.
because they weren't thinking that there was like a cameraman in the bushes, I guess.
You got to go all around. You got to go all around.
But she's in great shape, I'm sure. Like
She didn't care
She's
that
not
much.
embarrassed.
But why block one side?
Yeah, I don't know.
But didn't she have? Maybe I'm mistaken. Didn't she have a mastectomy or something? I know she had cancer. Was it breast cancer?
Did she? I thought she was with
definitely had
Lance
cancer.
Armstrong. Did she
Oh,
catch
is it
it from him?
contagious? She definitely had cancer. I know that. I know that she had cancer. I don't know that it was breast cancer.
Yeah, early stage breast cancer in
wow.
February 2016.
Oh,
206.
She didn't have to have it removed then.
Yeah. So while looking at that photo, one of the related photos was a very bad Photoshop of her cooch, and I'm gonna send it in our private chat.
I think I already saw
because this is disgusting, and if I had to witness it,
come on. So is that
it's a really bad Photoshop?
Is that like her face on another person, or what is?
I think so. Yeah, I'm now 200% more gay after seeing this photo.
Well, what I was going to ask is, is that just a real nude, but they just photoshopped her vagina differently?
But it also looks like they photoshopped extra pubic hair.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Like it's really Sheryl Crow with her legs open and naked.
No, it looks
but it's
like
a fake vagina.
It's just like they put her head.
Rob, you've been called out in the chat by Shifty Shortcake. This is the perfect excuse to show the Ron Jeremy pic. You missed a trick, Rob.
By the way, I am 200% more gay looking at that photo. That is not attractive. It's not because there's a lot of bush either. It's just the whole thing. It's the whole thing.
Too casual.
Yeah, make me work for it a little.
It's like she's just whoever that is. She's just like on her bed, like watching The Bachelor on TV or something. It's not like a sexy pose.
Yeah. And also, that's not a.
There's a Bachelor.
For our audio listeners, Rob has assaulted us with Ron Jeremy's navel again. Penis-like navel.
Now I'm only 150% more gay. Now
that got you back.
I'm corrected. Yeah,
wow.
Ron Jeremy
threw me the other direction.
Ron Jeremy causes a 25% reduction in gayness.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But then what about the top of that girl's head?
Don't tell the Christians they're gonna start.
Yeah, what if we
showing every gay man making Ron Jeremy photos?
What if we tilt down and see the girl slurping on his Johnson there? Does that make you go back?
No, Ron Jeremy, nothing about it does it for me. And I don't know.
I picture you now connected to one of those lie detector machines with that does the squiggly lines.
Are you gay?
We're charting your homosexuality as the different parts of a picture are revealed.
Yeah, my Kinsey scale is all over the place.
Oh no, Shifty says, little known fact, the girl in the photo is Sheryl Crow.
Okay, so I was like, how did we get on this? Oh yeah, the Rock Hall nominees.
Oh my God.
He didn't even get through the whole list. Okay, so let's start again. Willie Nelson,
yes.
Kate Bush,
yes.
Missy Elliott.
Could I ask a question about, do we think the Kate Bush thing is connected to her new popularity from Stranger Things, or is that just a coincidence?
Yes. No, because she's been eligible now for 15, a long time, and she never got enough votes, and now because of this renewed
it's fucking crazy, man. Has anyone's career ever been boosted as much as hers from being on a TV show or a movie, like having one song?
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Darren, you're muted.
I was gonna say Queen in Wayne's World.
Okay, yes, that's a very good one.
Career research.
This is probably the biggest one since that. Then, yeah, wow.
And with Willie Nelson, the assumption is the reason he got inducted this year is because there was a big thing about his 90th birthday and being a performer still.
But I also want to say it's only
that's so weird.
It's only the second biggest Bush we've seen in the last.
Oh. All right, so Sheryl Crow, George Michael, The Spinners, and Rage Against the Machine.
I really think. I mean, I honestly have nothing against Rage Against the Machine, and I like them. I think Iron Maiden should be in before Rage Against.
Agreed. Oh, I think it's absurd. It's on the one hand, it's absurd they're not in yet because of how big of an influence they've had, and on the other hand, it kind of shows how the whole thing is it's just an excuse to put on a show once a year. That's all it is.
Rage is more famous than Iron Maiden, and it is the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm. Are they?
though?
I think
I don't
so.
know.
I think so.
I feel like with Iron Maiden, with like their shirts, like their brand maybe is more famous than the music.
But who sold what's Iron Maiden's best selling record? How much has it sold versus Rage's best selling record?
That's a good question.
I'd see, for me, like Soundgarden being omitted is more surprising than Iron Maiden.
Yeah, I think
both
I agree
are.
as well.
Because I think Soundgarden is at least as famous as Rage Against the Machine.
So they've averaged. So they've had Iron Maiden has sold. They've 17 studio albums.
Okay.
Sold 56.8 million, average of 3.3 million per disc. So
Wow, that's more than
lot.
I expected.
Yeah, Soundgarden, I would think, was the least of those three in terms of fame, famousness. Not that they're not famous, but compared to those two, I would say they're
I
third.
don't know.
Rage have sold 12.3 million albums. So
That's it?
mhm.
That seems crazy. Really?
That seems about
That
right. to me.
few?
That's a lot.
9 million in the US.
That's a lot.
But also like way fewer albums then.
They're like a
Yeah,
niche.
they only have 3 albums.
Yeah.
They're on the niche end of
They've
what
only
gets on the
lasted-
radio.
yeah.
Like a love it or hate
But
it.
I think much like with Maiden, I think their influence outweighs like their record sales,
I
because
agree with that too.
they inspired like the next 10, 15 years of rock music essentially.
The other thing,
And,
with the fame aspect is Soundgarden and Rage became popular in like the MTV era, and Iron Maiden was not part of that. So in that way, I feel like those other bands have gotten way more exposure.
Yeah.
But that shows how popular they are, because they did it like with word of mouth and like cassettes being passed around and not even really getting on the radio as that much.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden wasn't on rock radio,
no.
were they?
No, not really.
No.
They were like early Metallica before they did fucking Nothing Else Matters or whatever.
Yeah.
There were 6 more inductees, and these are kind of like the ones that the Rock Hall picks. This isn't like where
this is for the
these
nerds.
These aren't the ones voted in. And so it's singer Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
That's fine.
Instrumentalist Al Cooper. I don't know. Lyricist Bernie Taupin.
Okay.
Pioneering rock guitarist Link Ray. Hip hop originator DJ Kool Herc.
Oh,
that's influence division.
I'll explain that later. Go ahead.
And Soul Train TV host Don Cornelius. It's the annual Amit Ertegun Award. I think that's like the award for like the business side, like conducting someone from the.
Is Don Cornelius still alive?
Cornelius.
So what are you going to say about DJ Kool Herc?
I was going to say, we were just offline talking about some BCAT shows and whether we want to go through any of those for the Patreon. And one of the shows I remember vividly, and I have to hunt this down because I don't remember the name. There was a guy who like basically lived next door to DJ Kool Herc when he grew up and was around all that stuff happening, the pioneering hip hop stuff in the Bronx and northern Manhattan and all that. And he just did like a 1-hour documentary about that time, which was like, it was kind of cringy because the guy didn't know how to make a documentary or shoot anything, but it was full of a lot of fucking fascinating stuff. And I remember being like equally like, this is actually, I'm learning something. And also, what is wrong with this person?
Like it should have been a podcast interview.
It was like, I don't know, what's a good, maybe like if Douglas Levison shot a documentary.
Oh, please.
He was just angry about everything. He was angry that DJ Kool Herc didn't get all the recognition of other people, and now he did. But like, and everyone, he had a whole charts and everything about this guy's claimed he lived on this block. LL Cool J said he lived on this block. He didn't. I lived there. He had like a map. He had a street map, and he lived on this side of the Grand Concourse, and I lived on this side.
That would be great. That would be a great series of just like fact checking old hip hop brags.
I would love that. I would love that. That's why I was so fascinated by this. Just a clearly insane person, but who really believed in something very strongly. Awesome. I got
that's what I love about New York is, New York is where entertainment happens, but also I feel New York is where there's all these people that are 1 or 2 steps or connections away from fame that have their own viewpoint on how it went down. And you could run into somebody and be like, oh yeah, I grew up with this guy. Yeah, you know, he's a real piece of shit back in the day. Yeah, he only got out because of it. And I love hearing that point of view, no matter how deranged and untrue it is.
Yeah.
I was way more talented than him. He got a lot of breaks.
Yeah, exactly. Or like you know, I grew up near Coney Island, so Allen Iverson came out of Coney Island, so everyone
No,
was
he didn't.
Allen.
You mean
Stephon Marbury?
Stephon Marbury. I'm sorry. What?
Allen Iverson was like Virginia or
Sorry.
DC or something.
Yeah. I meant Stephon Marbury. And it was like such a thing in my neighborhood when Stephon Marbury was coming up that like everyone was his cousin. Yeah. Everyone played ball with him.
White people were his cousin.
Yeah, no, like because he went to Lincoln High School, which was the high school right next to the junior high school that I went to at the time that he was blowing up. And so it's just so funny how when that happens, everyone tries to be like, oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, we're cool.
Yeah.
We're cool.
But I'm in that too. Like I'm like roughly the same age as Stephon Marbury, right? Or is he a little younger than me? Maybe 5 years younger than me. I used to hear people talking about him in real time before he went to the NBA. Yeah, he's like 3 years younger than me. When I was in high school, there were people like, you got to see this guy. This guy's incredible. Like they talking about him like he was like Michael Jordan, basically.
Well, I mean, he's the closest we've had in Brooklyn, I guess, in our generation.
Yeah. Real nice guy.
There's not like more big New York City basketball stars lately. That well seems to have sort of run dry. I don't know why.
I feel also similar with the music scene, and Darren, you're a part of that too. Like you would run into the dudes from Biohazard and Typo Negative, and same here. Like, you know, I would always see Peter Steele's car on the way to school.
Two of the guys from Biohazard used to deliver pizza, and they would just randomly deliver pizza while they were already had a record out. They were just delivering pizza in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was just the thing. You know, everyone was just around. Everyone was in the scene. Nobody was a millionaire yet.
Right. And also I worked in in Greenwich Village, like in a hub of art and, you know, the arts or whatever, and bohemian like culture, and like right in the early 90s when I was 18. So I was already jaded. I was like, oh, this guy, you know, Mariah Carey walked in the store, big fucking deal. Like, who gives a shit? Like, I was already not as starstruck anymore, except when Lars Ulrich walked in there. Then I was like, I told this story already.
Yeah.
But I was like,
how he ruined your childhood.
Not really. I was just a little intimidated, I guess. And he wasn't the nicest, but he wasn't a dick or anything. I have to say, he didn't live up to his later known like Lars reputation. He wasn't like a shithead.
He didn't ask you where there was a bathroom he could do coke in.
No.
And the record store was like a few blocks away from CBGB's, right? The one that you worked at.
Yeah, like a 5-minute walk.
So it was like right there in the heart of the village. I'm sure Vinny Stigma came in plenty of times too, and you just missed it.
The fuck he was at that
point. By the accent, maybe. But no, everyone in that.
I had that accent then.
I even saw a famous person at that record store one time when I was there. Ooh. I saw Jeff Ross.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He wasn't like trying to mack it to a teenage girl or anything. He was.
I was just gonna say.
Would you have broken it up?
Hey. I would have asked for pointers. Because I was a teenager,
right? Yeah,
and if somebody like that looks like him is macking it to any girl, it's amazing.
Yeah, but he was like 40 though. He had the prestige to do it.
Maybe by then he wasn't 40. How much? Let's see. How much older than me is Jeff Ross? How old do we think he is? You guys want to take guesses?
I want to say
57.
Oh, I was gonna say 57. I'll go 54.
Rob, was that a guess or did you Google it? Because he is 57.
I guessed.
I literally was gonna say 57. I just changed because of Rob.
Jesus Christ, both of you guys.
Because I figured, okay, he has to be like significantly like he was already an adult when I was like watching him on Comedy Central, you know. So
but I assumed he was like early 20s by then. So
he was old.
Yeah, he was around already.
He was bitter. You could tell the comics. So like if you ever look at like Louis C.K. when he's 25, he's like kind of snarky, kind of edgy. Yeah. But then you listen to him when he's 40, and he's like, I fucking hate the human race, and like everything sucks. So Jeff Ross was like 8/10 of the way to that second thing already back then.
I saw Jeff Ross a few weeks ago. I went to the Comedy Store. That's when I hung out with my buddy Quentin. I told the story, right? Where Quentin Tarantino was like a few
Oh, yeah, yeah,
tables
yeah,
away
yeah,
from
yeah.
me.
I thought you meant you're a real friend named Quentin. I was like, what?
Yeah, my buddy Tarantino. No, I just went out to the back to smoke some pot, and he was back there smoking pot. Who was he smoking pot with? Like a very obvious kind of person to smoke pot. I forget who it was though.
Oliver Stone.
No, like a comedian, like
Okay.
like maybe Theo Vaughn or something like that.
Kurt
But-
Metzger.
Of course, he's working the store, as they say.
I just realized I have the tab with the ginormous picture of Sheryl Crow with the bush.
Oh, still?
With the bush hanging. I got doing the show. I didn't close it. I didn't
Cheryl
realize
Kate
it.
Bush.
I didn't realize till I looked over at this gigantic hair patch staring at me.
But yeah, so I don't like people need to calm the fuck down about the Rock Hall. Like you don't have to get like Iron Maiden doesn't care that they're not inducted. They said they wouldn't accept the induction at this point. So
Maybe that's why they're not giving it to him then.
You don't have to get mad on their behalf. It's fine. And then really, like I watched last year's Rock Hall, and I have to say it's a very fine production. We have Joe Gallant as the executive producer. He used to do the Video Music Awards when that was fun. So it's really good.
I wasn't like, I'm certainly in nowhere near the vicinity of being mad about it. I just commenting neutrally, like if I was choosing,
yeah.
Pick Iron Maiden. But
Well, it's just so funny. Like Chris Jericho quote tweeted the announcement, and he was like, "Fuck you, Rock Hall!" Like,
you think he's like, is that like a work though? Like he can't really be mad about that, can he? Like, it's like he just he's the singer of Fozzy, so he has to be like into rock things, and that's his thing to do, you know?
Yeah, I think he just he wanted to get into that news cycle.
Yeah. It's very Mark B, that post.
Yeah, no explanation, just well, at least Jericho's famous enough that him assuming people know what he's talking about might make sense. Mark B doing that is like he's a celebrity in his own mind. So
the other day he posts like I was gonna do a video, but I'm in too much pain. Here are my picks for the hockey.
What pain from what? What's wrong? Has he had
I don't know. Like you said, we're just left to assume.
Physical pain, mental pain.
Are there any previous posts explaining the pain?
No.
Did anybody comment saying what's wrong?
One day he said, I'm gonna do a video in a couple of days, a long video detailing my picks for the NHL, the remainder of the NHL playoffs. Then the post shows up. I'm in too much pain. I'm just gonna type them out.
What team is he a fan of?
Islanders.
And they got eliminated, right?
Yes.
Is he in too much pain from them being eliminated? Is that what that means?
Yeah, you know what? That's a good take on that. Maybe he's doing fine and he's just sad. It was right after they got eliminated.
Yeah. So hopefully that's what it is, and he isn't like, or maybe Harold Radish passed away and he's just so sad.
Also, yesterday I believe was Mark B's birthday. So.
Oh, is that right?
Also, 57 years old.
No, he just looks it.
He's 46 apparently.
Damn, younger than me. Hard to believe.
Absolutely hard to believe. That was I was like, what? He's younger than Darren somehow?
Yeah.
He looks twice as old as you.
I'm in very good
twice
shape.
as a lot of things as you.
Yeah, he might literally be twice my weight, I think. I'm a big guy. I'm 237 at last count. He's got to be more than double, right?
You think he's over?
No, he's 5'10". You think
50 pounds?
Yeah. Yes. Did you see? Did you see him?
How tall is he?
About 5'7", 8. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like 5'8". No way.
I'd give him like high 3s. I don't know if I'd go north of 4.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that's my goal. My goal weight is half of Mark. So let's see if I could get down to half of Mark.
Or you can get up to half of you.
That's the race.
Well, that's probably going to happen first. Let's be honest.
Just give him a few more of those ranch smoothies.
Somebody must have had a ranch smoothie at a recent Sleep Token show. Have you guys listened to this band, Sleep Token?
No, just the clip we're about to watch.
They're a newer band. They're very, very hyped, and I put them on expecting like a brutal death metal band, and it's kind of like a proggy pop band with death metal elements a little bit.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed what they played in that.
Yeah, it's
clip,
good.
but-
You might actually, I think Darren, it might be guy for you because the vocals are singing. The guy is very much singing and crooning a little bit. But anyway,
Crooning, what is
so
this, Morrissey?
It's fucking
a little bit.
Perry Cobo?
Anyway,
yeah.
so
Lawrence
they're on tour in Australia, and somebody ripped a fart so loud in the middle of one of the more serene, quiet parts of the song that you could hear it on the cell phone bootleg. So let's play this clip. Oh wait,
was that it?
You hear it? Yeah. There it was.
Wet.
It was like this.
Yeah. I love the delayed reaction of like, oh, like the equivalent of like when you see someone falling off a cage in WWE. I'm like, oh,
We don't kill them.
My God, that's a white one.
Those drawers had a family.
That colon is broken in half.
Do you think that guy like timed his fart for the lowest point of the song? Where
I really hope so.
Or was it that he was trying to hold it in as much as he could and then just couldn't hold it in anymore?
Probably that.
It just happened at the
No, I don't know. That
It's
feels
too perfect.
performative. Yeah.
It's too perfect. Like he knew, he's a big fan. He knew when the lull was coming, and he ripped ass. He saved it to rip ass during the lull.
I saw somebody on Twitter post a good question, wondering, since this went very viral,
Was it
no pun
stomach
intended.
virus?
Something viral in there.
Is this going to be the new Freebird? Just like holding in a wet fart until a really quiet part of the song, and then
Sure.
I mean, it's a high degree of difficulty, but if you could do it, fucking do it. Why not?
No, I'll tell you what a high degree of difficulty is. Going to a Gigi Allen show and farting. There's no time to fit it in. He's farting himself.
R.I.P. a legend. Yeah, you also wouldn't hear a fart there's no quiet moment. When would that be? There's
right.
people screaming in terror. There's too much noise. That's the perfect place if you are ashamed of your farts and you want to do it in public anyway.
Yeah.
Go to one of those shows.
Yeah.
Go to a grindcore show.
I feel like Gigi Allen drinks too much, X-Lax to be able to fart without it like being diarrhea.
Well, Gigi wouldn't be the one farting. He just shits.
Right.
Yeah,
That's fair.
but wait, he drinks X-Lax? What?
Well, it
Is
doesn't
that
X-Lax. What am I thinking? What's
Is
the
that a
diarrhea
thing he does?
What's the thing that you spike people so that they poop?
Laxatives.
Laxative.
Yeah, but like, was he known for taking lots of laxative?
I assume. How are you just gonna poop on command like that?
I think he's just a spontaneous kind of guy. I don't think he was pooping on command. I think he had to shit, took a shit in his hand, and thought that would be a good thing to do, and started flinging it at people. I don't think it was like, I'm going to do this tonight. It's just whatever happens, happens.
He's an improviser.
Yes.
An improviser.
Can you imagine that Twilight Zone episode where you're so ashamed of your farts, but you go to a grindcore show and you say, okay, now I have to fart. I don't want to miss the rest of the show, but I'm going to let one out. And just at that moment, the grindcore band says they're evolving musically, and we're going to do a ballad now. And you're screwed.
They brought it upon themselves.
I have also a somewhat related story. My mother
Ooh.
told me this story from before I was born. She said her friend and her went to a strip club once, and it was very loud. It was very raucous. And then there was like a woman there with like topless or whatever right next to them, the two of them, and like kind of shaking her tits right in front of them. And her friend goes, "Do you have 2 nipples for a dime?" Like really loud, but the music stopped at that exact second, and that reverberated throughout the whole club.
It's a good line.
Very good line.
A few weeks ago, we revealed on the show something that I still find hard to believe, which is apparently that Lady Gaga once dated the singer of Godsmack, Sully Erna.
Oh, disappointing.
Until Lady Gaga is on the record saying that this happened, or there's some sort of conclusive photographic evidence that doesn't look photoshopped, I am not believing this.
Well, you believed the Sheryl Crow with the bush, didn't you? Like
you fell for that one.
Don't have to be.
I did fall for it. I just think it looked disgusting.
Oh, okay. So how do we know this then? What is the evidence?
Well, originally it was the drummer of Godsmack. Just casually mentioned it like offhand in another interview, and then the interviewer was like, "Wait, what? He dated Lady Gaga?" And the drummer was like, "Oh, this wasn't common knowledge." And no, it wasn't.
No.
So Godsmack have a new album out recently. I don't know if you guys picked it up.
What's it called?
And pick it up and throw it into the audience like Gigi Allen throwing.
It's called "Lighting Up the Sky."
Oh, very. It's very on brand for them.
Now, do you think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is going to wait till Sully Erna is 90 years old to induct him, or will they do it sooner, like they should?
What's so funny is I think I saw like some metal website be like, "Oh, next year the following bands are eligible," because what's 25 years? It's gonna be 25 years.
Don't tell me they're on that list. Isn't there some baseline?
It would be 99. Would be 99 would be 25 years ago. So Godsmack would technically be eligible to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Godsmack, Linkin Park, like all these bands, and it's like Godsmack.
Rob, I'm going to call upon your musical industry expertise here and ask you a question. Now, we all know there's some series of criteria by which you have to meet to be eligible to be in the Hall of Fame, correct? What is the criteria to appear on the list of eligible inductees? There has to be something. They're not going to list every band that ever put out a record.
Well, it's who's eligible, and then I believe there's a nomination process. So someone has to nominate eligible bands.
So who the fuck nominated Godsmack?
Nobody nominated them.
No, they're just saying that you can now nominate them.
Okay,
eligible to be nominated.
So there should be some kind of gatekeeping before you can even mention that someone is eligible to be nominated. I would assert.
Well, this is just some writer on a blog. Okay. It wasn't like any official
outlet.
It wasn't like the Grammys.
It was godsmack.substack.com. That's what it is.
Yeah, it was his pen names. But so Sully was being interviewed by Revolver magazine.
Oh, okay.
And was asked about the revelation. And he responded, "Listen, I really don't have a lot to say on this topic," because he was dumped, probably, right? What I will tell you is that I have an immense amount of respect for her. Yeah, he was definitely dumped. I was introduced to her through a mutual friend. I can't believe there's a person in this world who's mutual friends with Lady Gaga and Sully Erna. Like, what? We clicked and dated for a hot minute. They slept together once, that sounds like. And there was nothing but respect for each other. Do you really think that Lady Gaga respected the guy that's saying, stand alone?
I'll tell you what she said in response to this. She said, "Never did I want to be here again, and I don't remember why I came."
So we clicked and dated for a hot minute. There was nothing but respect for each other. There may be a lot of people in the world that think she's kooky and crazy because she's so wild with fashion and things like that, but she knows exactly what she's doing. I think she's more kooky and crazy for dating you than for her outfits.
I'm not even kooky and crazy, just poor judgment, as we all exhibit at times.
He goes on, "She's an extremely smart businesswoman. And she's kind and super talented."
Oh, had to throw that in. Okay, good. After you just insulted her by saying she's like a cynical.
Well, no, he did the Trump thing. They're like, so many people are saying she's kooky and crazy.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it. Other people.
She's a smart businesswoman. Some people just think she's kooky and crazy.
She's very rude. Very rude to people. Very rude, but I like her. She's good. Other people say she's rude and nasty. Not good in bed. Great pair of legs.
This reminds me of some Trump footage that I saved this morning that I want to look up.
Doesn't have a Crowian bush. No bush. No 70s bush.
She knows exactly what she's doing. She's an extremely smart businesswoman. She's kind and super talented. I'm proud to say that I shared some great memories with her. I was able to meet Elton John through her. Oh my God. Could you imagine? This is the guy I'm fucking. This is Sully. Sully, this is Elton.
No, what really happened is they're in the room and they're both standing there for like 10 minutes. And then he's like elbowing her like, well, hello, I'm standing here. Can you yeah, okay. Yeah. He went down on me once. All right. I don't know what happened.
He's an incredibly great person, and those are some very fond memories for me, and I'll leave it there. It sounds like this is something that he'll never forget and something that she's already forgotten.
She has no idea this happened.
No memory of this. This is so that. This is so that. And I love that it's almost become like a career-defining thing for him of like, oh, you dated Lady Gaga.
I mean, it lends him more credibility than anybody wants to think he has. It's like, fuck, it's so weird.
I don't know why he would sully her reputation.
I can't even imagine that she'd be proud enough of him to bring him somewhere where Elton John is. Like, what was that?
Well, maybe he
was
ran
a Grammys thing.
Maybe he was stalking her. They didn't show up together.
He just showed up.
You're right. Well, that's the thing. Like, if it was like a music event, like they came separately. Like, oh, Stephanie, it's me, Sully. Remember we fucked?
Oh, hey.
Oh, is that
Sully,
your friend Elton? Yeah. Yes, exactly. She's like, oh, hey, Sully, is that?
You were in a band or something, right?
So, the Trump thing.
He's like, I wrote that piss song for you. Go ahead, sorry.
Trump is being sued right now by a woman who claims that he sexually assaulted her on a plane. And of course, his response was,
wait, on a plane, or wasn't it like in a store or something?
In a store? Yeah, I don't remember the fucking detail.
He's probably raped someone in a store too.
Yeah,
and a plane.
So he's being deposed, and the footage leaked of the deposition. So like his whole thing is like, oh, I couldn't have done that because I'm not attracted to this woman.
Yeah,
that's probably not a good legal argument. You're gonna line up all the women, beautiful women he's had sex with.
Well, so he's being deposed by another woman. And here's what he says to this woman. It's unbelievable Trumpism. You know me, folks. I love a good Trump quote that makes you laugh. Hate the person, love the comedian. So
even about rape.
And rape. Here we go.
When you said in that video that Ms. Leeds would not be your first choice, you were referring to her physical looks, correct?
Just the overall. I look at her, I see her, I hear what she says, whatever. You wouldn't be a choice of mine either, to be honest with you. I hope you're not. I would not, under any circumstances, have any interest in you. I'm honest when I say it. I would not have any interest in.
What a negger.
Wait, excuse me?
Neg. A neg.
Jesus Christ, Rob, take it easy. Fucking hell.
Oh my God.
How much do you really like Trump? Jeez.
Negging this lawyer here, like, I don't think you're attractive, but
did you see the other clip where he misidentified?
Yeah, I have them all. I have them all here. So then he's saying that, he doesn't even know what this woman, like, this woman isn't attractive to him. He doesn't know who this woman is. So then he gets caught in his lie in the worst way possible. Here's the clip.
What is going on with his hair, by the way? It's like not in the usual pompadour. It's like just what it's all onto one side.
This is his deposition due.
Oh my God.
I think also I feel like his spray tan is extra dark too,
yes.
Which is why it looks like that.
Or just the lighting situation. I mean, he's there against his will, so it's not to his favor like it normally would be.
too.
I think so. Yes.
So he's shown a photo now, and he's asked to identify the people in the photo. That's what we've just tuned into.
You recall when you first saw this photo?
At some point during the process, I saw it. That's, I guess, her husband, John Johnson, who was an anchor for ABC. Nice guy. I thought, I mean, I don't know him, but I thought he was pretty good at what he did. I don't even know who the woman, let's see, I don't know who, it's Marla.
You say Marla's in this photo?
That's Marla, yeah, that's my wife.
Which woman are you pointing to? No.
Here.
Carol.
Oh, is that,
The
oh,
person you
okay.
just
Okay,
pointed-
so the person he pointed to, he thought was his ex-wife, Marla Maples, but it is in fact the woman who is accusing him of sexual assault, E. Jean Carroll, which essentially shows that he's confusing this woman for the woman that he married. How can he say he's not attracted to her?
Wrong. Wasn't attracted to her either.
But also, at first, he doesn't recognize the woman in the picture at all. Meaning,
Yeah, and then he's like guessing, like it's Marla. It's Marla.
79 years old.
oh my god!
Know what he's looking at.
One more unbelievable clip from this whole thing, which is that he is asked about the Access Hollywood tape.
No.
Now,
What's that
much
to do
like,
with it?
well, I don't know what it has to do with anything, but his response is unbelievable. The Access Hollywood tape almost cost him his presidency. There was like a second, I felt like half a second, where there were Republicans like he can't run. Remember that? Like I felt like it felt like such a serious thing for like half a second.
Yeah.
I don't remember Republicans ever doing it. I'm saying it felt like an extremely serious
Oh,
thing.
What was his name?
Well, there were plenty of never Trumpers who were
Oh.
never Trumpers until he actually won the election. Those
Paul
people.
Ryan, was that the speaker
Sure.
House, Paul Ryan?
Yeah.
I think he was like the one like this is he needs to consider.
I
not
thought you
running.
meant like voters were.
No.
Oh no! I mean like people like officials were like.
Oh
making
yeah,
it
there were
like
people
that.
doing that since he was in 2015 when he started running. They just.
But in
wanted
that,
to-
so with that, like this is essentially the worst quote for his career, and he's asked about it, and so naturally he doubles down.
meant it,
Like, what?
meant it. Meant
And
all
you
of it.
do say in the video that as part of trying to have sex with this woman, you took her furniture shopping, correct?
We actually did look for furniture, yes.
So that was true.
Love his like high pitched. Oh yeah.
Stuart. Yeah. We did. We went furniture shopping. Yeah. I don't want to go furniture shopping. She's not very attractive. You're not attractive either. I want someone attractive.
It's true. You actually took this woman
I
dancing.
think so. It's
furniture
been a
shopping.
long time ago. It's how long was that? Long time ago.
Long time ago.
But I
Long
think
time.
so.
Time.
I do.
Love you
think
long
so.
time.
Is that the only occasion when you took a woman shopping?
I think so.
What?
And you say, and again, this has become very famous.
There's a woman on
in
Epstein
this
Island.
video.
Took her shopping for cotton candy.
In this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
Wow.
If they can grab women by the pussy?
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
Or fortunately.
And you consider yourself to be a star.
I think you can say that, yeah.
the best, the
Oh
man.
my god.
Like who has this comic timing? Unreal. After all that trouble he got into, he's still just like.
What trouble?
last
He
one.
became president after
That's
that video
fair.
came out.
I
He
was just
still
thinking,
trouble.
you're right. Billy Bush got in more trouble than he did
Yes.
in that fucking video.
The
That's
only
the third
thing.
Bush reference today.
Lots of big Bush references.
It's a big Bush.
The only thing that can save the United States from a revolution is if a good person with leftist politics comes along and behaves in the manner that Trump does, except for good. The anti-Trump. who has his boldness and confidence to say anything and insult anybody, but uses those skills to help people. And I strongly doubt that is ever going to happen in my lifetime.
Yeah.
You need to be this person, Darren.
I don't know. It's a lot of work.
It is. You're right. I agree with you.
And you also need a lot of money to do it.
Yeah.
Who's going to give me like $4 billion to run a campaign? I don't think anybody.
Well, just use the checks we're already getting from George Soros.
Oh, that's still not enough.
No. Well,
He's got to step it up.
Cheap Jew Russia.
Also, you would be to the left of George Soros, I feel. George Soros
Oh,
wouldn't
my God, yeah. George Soros would hate me. He's a standard neoliberal.
He would try to smear you by playing old Livecast clips out
Oh,
of
no.
context.
Yep.
Cheap Jew Russia.
Or in context, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be worse.
I also wanted to mention this big story. It was a big topic of our show last week, and I can't believe the moment our show ended, this breaking story hit.
Oh, yeah.
That Crazy Town's Shifty Shell Shock, looking as Salamanca as ever, as Shell Shockamanca as ever.
He's got a resting frown face now.
Oh.
He looks like either a Muppet or he looks like the Canadians from South Park somewhat.
Oh, I can see
See
that.
it.
The faces that come apart.
Arrested for DUI, driving under the influence. Very tragic. It's a bummer, you know. I'm not cool with this, you know.
You're not cool
You know,
with
there's
drunk
some-
driving? Good to know.
I'm not cool with people getting caught drunk driving.
Yeah, wow, Rob.
Unfortunately or fortunately.
First you say the N-word on the show, now this. God damn. Your Soros checks are definitely gone. That's it.
I keep thinking of, like, in my head right now is the Chris Holmes song where he's like, I like to drink and drive.
Dun, 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 dun. I got a Muppet face.
Will Crazy Town cover that song now?
Oh,
They
please.
should, right?
How have they not yet?
Or Chris Holmes could cover Butterfly. How about that?
Oh,
Little-
imagine.
Little cultural exchange program.
What would that sound? I'm going to wait for a lull in that song and take a huge wet fart. That's what I'm going to do.
So this was in Myrtle Beach,
Of course.
and
98% of national DUIs happen in Myrtle Beach. Did you know that?
Yes. I go to Myrtle Beach with my Jack and Coke.
Apparently, police got a call about a driver falling asleep behind the wheel of a black SUV at a
Oh,
red
boy.
light. That's always nice. Feels like if you're falling asleep, maybe pull over for a few minutes.
Well, is
you
that
know?
drunk driving or drunk parking at that point?
Well,
He pulled over.
Who's he? It's a
he
victimless
was
crime.
he was still driving when they pulled him over.
Oh.
They say he was lethargic, slurred his words, and bombed a field sobriety test.
Oh, I was going to say, if not for that test, maybe he just was suffering from the effects of being sucker punched.
He was the one doing the punching. Oh, right, he did get that sucker punch. Right,
Maybe
you're
he
right.
was dizzy.
Yeah, he got that concussion
He's
a
concussed,
little late.
yeah.
It's fair.
CTE.
Crazy Town excuse.
That's good.
CTE.
Yes, exculpatory.
So, best wishes to Shifty.
Does this news make you more or less likely to have sex with him, Rob?
Less. That
Because
That's a
you don't
deal
like
breaker.
people that get caught. Much like our dearly departed president, you don't like people that get caught.
famously or unfamously. Plus, I mean, come on. This is almost as bad as looking at Sheryl Crow's cooch. Okay. Like,
El Deuterino, please Photoshop Shifty Shell Shock's mugshot face onto Ron Jeremy's belly button.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the woman who's had Sheryl Crow grafted onto her face.
No,
He doesn't have that photo.
Yeah, he doesn't have access. To
I'll
that.
post the photo. I'll post that photo behind a spoiler in the Discord.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, you won't have to look at it, Sid, if you don't
You
click
don't have
the
to look
spoiler.
at it. Yeah, it's up to you. Yeah, it's a spoiler.
Uh,
But I should mention our Discord. All this fun happens in our Discord. Come chat with us 24/7. Go to riplivecast.com. The invite is right there on the page. And riplivecast.com has all the links that you would need to, our socials, our video page, our audio page, the Discord, some merch. If you want to buy some merch, we'd appreciate it. I like to drink and I wonder how he's doing. We haven't really heard from him. I think he also is getting over some cancer.
What?
Is that right?
Cans.
I like to get chemo. I got a knifey back.
Oh
Filled
my
with Crown
goodness.
Royal.
So
How's his cooch looking?
Oh my God. So hairy.
oh, he's performing. He's
Is
out
it?
and
If
about.
he had radiation, maybe it's not hairy anymore.
Fair.
So I went to Blabbermouth to search for Chris Holmes, and the latest story on the top of the main page is, well, let me just show you.
That wasn't me.
It was Disturbed's David Draiman is using dating app Tinder to find, quote,
What?
the right woman following his
no.
recent divorce. Oh
Imagine
my
that's
goodness.
the picture you're swiping through. You see that
Oh.
fucking thing staring at you?
Rabbi Bad Touch.
One of Draiman's Twitter followers shared a screenshot of what appeared to be the singer's Tinder profile, and he wrote, LOL, dude, you see this? I'm tagging you because I believe it's fake. David responded, not fake, LOL, it's me. This prompted the fan to write, my bad, bro, for assuming, to which Draiman replied, all good, you'd be surprised. It's hard for a guy like me to meet the right woman. I'll tell you, it's been weird so far. Lots of scammers trying to figure out how to navigate this new terrain. Another fan also claimed, chimed in on Draiman's presence on Twitter, writing, read, David Draiman can't get laid anymore. Draiman fired back with, I can get laid anytime I want if I'm willing to drop my standards, but my standards are quite high, and I won't dishonor myself that way. Looking for the right woman, not just any woman. Oh, and by the way, you're a dick.
My standards are so high, I'm on Tinder.
Yeah. Like, has nobody told David D. Draiman about Raya or however you pronounce it?
Maybe they didn't let him in.
Yeah, it's like Iron Maiden.
Though Raya is probably his mom's name.
Oh, that's right.
Rob, do you still have access to that picture of David D. Rainman with Noah? Maybe we tweet that at him and say, hey.
You know her.
What do you think, man?
So this is his Tinder photo.
Is it with the
You're
dog?
right. It's his dead dog. This is his dead dog.
Oh, no, what?
It's dead now.
Yeah.
He's putting out in a chokehold.
Oh,
His dog just died. That was one of his posts a few weeks ago. My dog died. My wife left me. Like something like that. Not that doom and gloom. But let's take a closer look at his profile. Okay. Let's see. First, I can't believe he's on Tinder. Like, what are you doing, bro? You're a millionaire. Like, get the hell off. Like, right? Like, isn't Tinder to me? Tinder's like the straight grinder, right? Like, it's just known as the hookup app. It's not like a dating.
It's hookups and relationships, I think.
It's not like they don't really market it that way. I just think a lot of people are horny.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So his tags are open to exploring, Pisces, bachelors, children not sure yet. Bro, you're 50. You gotta.
Could someone take this picture and tweet it at Howie Mandel and say, dude, somebody's using your image on Tinder?
Oh, so I want to point out that, like, the response that Draiman gave about not getting laid, that was the person didn't even tweet that to David Draiman. They responded to this tweet from Crazy Moments in New Metal History, and Draiman went into the replies, found it, and tweeted back at the guy. He is big time divorced dad energy here. Big time divorced guy.
How many likes on that?
616.
Oh, are you going to like it, Rob? Like it?
No. All right, let's see a little more of his profile. So wait, he says he's not sure yet. Oh, I guess if he wants more kids because he already
Yeah.
has kids.
Yeah,
Okay, I see.
that's fine.
Proud father, frontman of Disturbed.
Oh my God.
Maybe don't lead with that. I believe with all my heart in the healing, redeeming, and the therapeutic power of music and the connection it creates between all people.
He couldn't resist some caps in there. He mostly stayed away from it. Let's see.
When he
his other
says
thing.
all people, does that mean he's bi?
All people, but like there's you can't see it, but the next line is in parentheses, except Palestinians.
Yeah. Imagine every Palestinian woman on Tinder right now. Go bombard him with likes and stuff.
Somebody, please tell David about Rhea. I mean, now I'm sure somebody will. Now that this is getting blabbermouth attention, but bless his heart. Thank you, David Draiman, for constantly giving us material.
He should have gone to the Fiddler on the Roof to get the matchmaker. Find him a nice Jewish girl.
Didn't Topol just die? He could be the new Fiddler.
Hitler? Fiddler.
Fiddler.
Weird how those
a lot of mishearing words. A lot of mishearing words on this episode.
It's weird how those two words sound so similar.
When Topol died, I saw that there was some gossip that he was like a KGB agent or something.
What?
Right?
Really? That I did not know. KGB agent.
Was Mossad agent. He was a Mossad agent.
I was going to say he wasn't Russian.
Yeah. That was the goss.
But he's not, right? That's like someone made that up.
No, it says his family says he has a hidden role. It was even in the Times of Israel and Haaretz.
Did they wait till he died to blow him up like that?
Apparently.
Okay.
I can't seem to load the article.
Then it's fine. Topol. What other
great actor?
What other musical theater people do we know that are actually spies? Kristen Chenoweth, the CIA.
I believe it.
Cheryl Hines, maybe? Is she a spy? She's with RFK.
Is she a Broadway person?
Oh, fair.
They're coming to get you, Rob.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Here they come. I mentioned RFK. The feds are coming for me. I didn't say anything about vaccines.
Could you imagine if they do have a Democratic debate and we have to sit through an hour plus of that dude's voice? Have you heard that dude speak? That's like the most painful voice to listen to in the hit. Like that would be worse than having no debates.
Except,
I feel like it's his voice and then Biden stumbling and then Marianne Williamson would sound like the sanest person on that stage.
Probably, but like honestly, I like even 5 seconds of RFK Jr.'s voice is like I have to turn it off.
I understand.
What is his deal? Does he have like some kind of illness? Why does he sound like that?
He had some kind of throat thing.
A lifetime of no vaccines makes you sound like that in your old age. It's wild.
I've been talking to Darren about this because of the 3 Democratic nominees, if I'm like the people saying the thing that I want to hear, RFK is the one saying the things I want to hear.
But
I have a lot of disagreements with him. But
yeah. I'm not saying I agree with all of it, but there's a lot, like he's the only one kind of like saying, we shouldn't be going to war.
He's the closest to the right on the most important things.
Yeah. But like you said, like I read this stuff and I'm like, hey, this is good. But then I'll watch the speech and then I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Ooh.
Oh, this is
tough. But the other guy is Joe Biden. Like, I mean, what is he fucking? Is he Franklin Delano Roosevelt?
And then, which leads me to the thought of like, is there really nobody else? Like, there's nobody in this whole fucking country that's charming and like has like decent views.
They exist, but they're not going to run in a primary against an incumbent that's a shoe-in to win the primary. It's a waste.
Yeah.
So he's not a shoe-in to win the primary because he's like 31% popularity or something, and like 57% of Democrats say they want somebody else to run.
But
so
not the 2 other alternatives.
That was what I was getting to, which is that's not the reason. There is a reason people don't run. It's because they have no chance of winning. Just because the Democrats are going to cheat.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
going
Well,
to
with the
cheat.
two that are running now, they don't need to cheat. But maybe.
But even
I don't
still,
agree.
like,
I think if there
the
was like a
DNC
free,
isn't giving
ahead.
them anything. It's not
Right.
like there's no debates. There's no reason to run because you won't
right.
be able to get ahead. You won't be able to build a
Well, because
coalition or anything.
they already have the incumbent president. They're not going to
Yeah.
support anybody else.
But
That's like
that's
the
the-
default thing.
But
That's
then
always
let's-
like that. That's
but
not
let's-
just Democrats or Republicans. That's Republican side too.
But let's not pretend that we have free and fair elections if the DNC just gets to pick whoever the fucking presidential candidate is.
Well, he's already been picked. He was elected.
He was elected in the prior election. Now we're
Yeah.
going to have another election, though.
But no party is going to support challenges to the incumbent president. That's
I
just not a thing
agree,
that ever
but
happens.
I agree, but that's because it's corrupt. They're supposed to be on paper. What they claim to be is a neutral observer. We want to get the best candidate.
Well, the
go
sitting
in.
president is clearly the best candidate.
He's not the best candidate. He's the best candidate for them to win, but that
Yeah.
but in their mind, but that's not what that doesn't necessarily reflect what the people want.
And
But
point
again,
is
there's
that
no like,
the-
there's no, it's not like there's this one person that we're like, oh, if only this person ran, it would be so that that person doesn't exist right now.
But it's the chicken or the egg, because there would be a lot of those people if there was free and fair elections, but they don't even bother because it's a huge expense. It's going all around the country doing all this shit, and there's literally no chance the Democrats are going to let anyone that doesn't favor like billionaires to become the nominee. So why even go through all of that? Except if you're Marianne Williamson or like you just they know they're not going to win too, I think, but they're
And
just
they have
I
trying
think
to
they're
get
disposable
doing it
income.
to kind of like, I think for her, the benefit of it is she gets publicity and then she
Right.
does speaking tours and it bumps up her speaking rate. You know, but
100%.
the thing that's really like I can't sit with, that's making me super uncomfortable, is okay.
Sheryl Crow's
not-
Bush.
No,
The-
you said the
we'll
N-word
beyond that.
earlier in the show.
I said it. Neg.
Don't go
It's a
back to it,
neg.
Rob. You're only making
It was
worse.
just we know what you meant, but it was like maybe avoid that lane entirely. That's
So the thing that's bothering me is okay, it's going to be Biden with Kamala as the VP.
Has it officially been announced that Kamala is going to be the VP?
I didn't see that.
It's not officially, but I just imagine that it's like, why wouldn't they?
I mean,
Why
he's gonna
wouldn't
be-
I
they?
don't know.
We're gonna be a
Who?
lot closer to Kamala Harris being.
That's what I'm about to say. Like, look, like we were saying, like, oh, there's a chance that Kamala might be the president.
Yeah.
He's going to die. The chances are far greater now in these next 4 years that he will not make it the 4 years, and we will have a Kamala. And and to think a step further, she will do so bad and she will bomb so bad that like it almost guarantees that the next president is going to be
Yes.
whoever the Republican is.
Well, can I interject something here? If you forced me to pick between those two horrendous choices, I would rather have President Kamala Harris. 100%.
Then Biden?
She's a empty vessel. She's one of the dumbest people I've ever seen.
I
in
do feel like
politics.
I know less about her now than 4 years ago somehow.
She's been completely absent.
She's a
Which,
blank
like,
canvas.
maybe she's great. Who the fuck even would know?
No.
She's
Have
a-
you ever heard her give any interview? She says nothing. She's a walking AI robot.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything. I don't care how they do in interviews. It's policy and how you actually do once you have the job, an interview, whatever.
It's a choice
Well.
between a completely blank canvas versus like a dyed-in-the-wool 50-year ideologue who hates poor people and minorities and workers, and like he knows the plan. His brain might be mush, but he still has enough there to know what that they're trying to do and accomplishing it.
Well, let me ask you this now. So let's say Biden wins next year, which I don't think. If it's Biden and Trump again, I don't think it's like it's truly a toss-up. It's
I am
really, like,
out of the prediction business because
Yeah.
if you told me 117-year-old mummy would win the election, even against the shittiness of Trump, I would have said, what are they doing? And he won. So I don't predict, but I just can't imagine. I mean, with the way his poll numbers are and everything.
But
it's just-
okay, let's say he wins.
He
Let's say
also
wins.
has to live to the election.
Well, hold on. So he lives, he wins. Then, God forbid, he dies while president, and it's President Kamala Harris. 4 years pass, it's the next election, 2028. Kamala's been running the country.
Mhm.
Is she now just crowned the Democratic nominee because she's president? You know, or
yeah.
will they allow
She's
there to be a
incumbent?
primary?
There'll be more of a primary, but it'll still be like thumb on the scale for her because she's still the incumbent.
But what
Brutal.
I'm trying to get at is the thumb is on the scale for whoever they wanted to pick, not because he's the incumbent. He's the incumbent. He's the pick because he's the best, most reliable, like, person to serve this fucking Pentagon. I don't think it's because he's the
okay,
incumbent. If
but
he did a
then-
shitty job, he would he would not be the.
But go
pick.
back to 2008. Wasn't that person Clinton over Obama at that
Yes.
point? And
Yes, but I
Obama
think-
still won.
I think Obama convinced enough people in those back rooms that, like, I don't think it was because he convinced anyone in debates or anything, or he was so good, or the people's will won out of it. I think Obama said, I'm going to listen, trust me. Okay. I'm going to do all this shit for you better than she will. And he did. And he did a great job.
Even for me, that's a very cynical take, but maybe. I think it's more
That's what
like
he did. Didn't he do
well,
that?
sure, but I think that any ideological great candidate gets broken once they get in the job. And if Bernie had won, it would have been the same fucking thing.
I don't think he got broken. That's my fundamental disagreement with you. I think he always planned to do that, and I think he always had the hope and change as a veneer to pretend he was going to do that stuff.
I mean, maybe. I think the job just breaks you of any ideals you have very quickly, and then you just do what everyone else before you did. Some variation of that, regardless of what you actually wanted to do.
Well, let's elect RFK and see.
Oh, God.
That's a joke because I think
honestly fine. I just don't want to hear that voice. If it was anyone else's voice, then whatever.
He is very much a neoliberal anyway. He's like a very big Russia gator. And
I mean, his last name is Kennedy. Like, it's the blueprint.
He's pro-Ukraine war and sending them trillions of dollars.
But you guys just said he was against wars.
I don't know. I don't think he's against wars per se. I think he says some of closer to the right things about wars, but not Ukraine specifically. He was big on Ukraine, but he also said
he said not to send them any more money, which he's the only.
Oh,
one
did I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah,
what I saw in the beginning of the Ukraine war, he was talking about like how this is a threat to U.S. democracy and everything. I may have not have seen everything he said on it.
Well, got a little political here, folks. That's what happens.
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun stuff.
I want to talk about our music picks. Let's talk about some music, folks. Every week, we each pick a song. We throw it on our Spotify playlist. We call it the RIP a Livecast Music Break. RIP a Livecast Music Break, folks. Search for it on Spotify. And looks like Spotify has a new little interface now. My app updated. It's nice. I picked a song called Elephant by an artist called Conk. It's on this compilation. Soul Jazz Records presents New York Noise, dance music from the New York Underground, 1977 to 1982. A few weeks ago, it was Record Store Day, and I mentioned how I wanted to get this Macho Man vinyl, which I did get.
Oh,
there it is.
Very nice.
There it is.
Why
I'm so
don't you
excited
play something from that?
Are you just keeping it in the plastic like a collector's item?
Yes, because it's well, first of all, I don't have a record player.
For fuck's sake.
I probably need a record player. But yeah, I wanted to hang this up because I wanted the large artwork. The thing is, though, it's selling for ridiculous amounts on eBay and like CD Distro, like over $200.
So you can sell it?
Checked. No, I'm not going to sell it. But I thought about it. But I'm not going to. No, I want it. I actually want it.
You
But
morphed
anyway,
into the soft voice Trump there.
Famously or not famously. But you know, there were a few other records on the shelves for Record Store Day that really piqued my interest, and this compilation, New York Noise, was another one that was released for Record Store Day. And I saw somebody walk out with it right before I was able to get into the store. But the beauty of Spotify is it's all just streaming. And it's actually a really interesting compilation, all different types of music. There's like some reggaeton, some other stuff. And this is like a really sick soul jazz song. So you never know where you might find a new song you like.
Oh boy.
Sid?
I watched the David Bowie documentary Moon Age Daydream earlier this week, and it was great. Very artsy fartsy, very trippy dippy. And it got me thinking. I wasn't gonna to put a David Bowie song on the playlist is a little too like he doesn't need our help. But I was like, what's some good punk rock David Bowie covers that I can think of? And the first one that came to mind was the band The Pink Lincolns, which is a early aughts, late 90s Florida-based punk rock band. They did a cover of Heroes that I actually had on vinyl back in the day for some fucking weird reason. And it's pretty great. It's a fun little snotty punk version of Heroes by David Bowie. So that's what I picked. Darren?
I picked a song called "Is There Anyone Home" by the great Gordon Lightfoot, who passed away within the last week.
R.I.P. Lightfoot.
On May. That's very good. And my cat just knocked something over. I don't know if you heard that.
Your cat does not have light feet.
No, certainly does not. He's just a very nice, easy listening folk rock kind of guy. If you don't know him, he's one of the artists I mentioned on this show. I was in a class in high school where the teacher, a mechanical drawing class, the teacher used to play the radio. You can't touch the radio. You can't change the channel. If you do, I'm going to turn it off for the whole semester. But it was all this like light, easy listening stuff, like Air Supply and stuff. Gordon Lightfoot was a frequent appearances in that class as well. And this song is from an album that came out literally on the day I was born.
Wow.
On January 1st, 1974.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. I'm falling out of touch, I think, with Gordon Lightfoot, but my mother used to listen to him a lot. And I picked it up around the house. She'd be singing songs. I would go, "Who's that?" She said, "Gordon Lightfoot." So I started like getting into him. And it's very nice, soothing, calming music with thoughtful lyrics. Highly recommended. And R.I.P. Lightfoot.
Yeah.
And Canadian, by the way.
My boss, who is Canadian, said he is like the Canadian Bob Dylan.
Oh, is that right?
I didn't realize it was that serious. And boss was like, no, he's like a national hero in Canada. He's like our Bob Dylan.
In terms of prominence, right? Like he sounds nothing like Bob Dylan.
No.
Okay. Just
like,
he's that big.
When Bob Dylan dies here, he says that's how Canada feels about losing Gordon Lightfoot. Is how America will feel when Bob Dylan dies.
Well deserved.
I didn't realize it was that serious.
He's very talented.
I went to look on what was released on my birthday. Sadly, only one or two albums. Nothing famous.
Do you know the songs that were number one the day you were born? Because that's always interesting to me. Mine is "Time in a Bottle" by Jim Croce.
Oh.
I could save time in a bottle.
Let's see.
"Sweet Dreams Are Made of This" by the Eurythmics.
Oh, that's a good one. It's a great one.
I'm looking mine up. Hold on. Bear with me. I have to scroll back a lot of years to get to my birth year. So.
And "Maniac." And "Every Breath."
"Bad Girls" by Donna Summer.
Oh, you both
Nice.
got the two winners there. Mine is third place by a lot.
Wonderful. Also, I want to talk about our Patreon. If you want extra livecast goodness, go to patreon.com/RIP Livecast. You get access to 2 bonus episodes a month. The top of the month, we have a great episode. This month, we go through the entire new Metallica album, 72 seasons, and we thrash or trash each record. It's very, very fun. Check it out. Patreon.com/RIP Livecast. And we have over 2 years of bonus episodes in there for you to enjoy, which you can do. And if you want to throw us a few extra bones, $10 a month means you're a top Livecast fan of the week. You get a shout out at the end of the show, which is right now. How are we doing these shout outs, folks?
You're David Draiman hitting on these people on Tinder.
Hello, Eric. I love the power of music and Benjamin. I'm the frontman of Disturbed. I have $1 million. Dan R. I have a bald head, and you know what they say about guys with bald? Hey, Sam, I am like to smoke.
Are these just reading from your?
Yes, that's what you said.
Messages.
David Draiman is a huge pothead. He was in like Amsterdam last summer, And I remember he tweeted from like he tweeted like he was a tourist that just got there for the first time. It was so cringy. And he tweeted challenging, I believe, Justin Bieber to a smoke off, which I'm just like,
What? Oh my god.
oh my god, bro.
The thirst.
Mindy Mayers Kippa. What are your thoughts on Zionism? Shasur Sassusits. I've played Massachusetts before. Do you want to come see me live? Hugo likes tacos. Kosher tacos? Lando Danks. Haha, Danks, I get it. I smoke marijuana. I once challenged Justin Bieber to a smoking contest while in Amsterdam. Oh, where are you going, Land? LaCroix. Sorry, LaCroix. I'm more of a vintage guy. I'm going to swipe on you. Doug Pigman. Not kosher. Corey and Scotty H. You sound wonderful. Douglas, who are you, Levison? You look like you would be too hard on my music and just not get it. I'm swiping left on you. And hey, guys, it's Josh. Well, hey, guys, it's David Draiman.
Great impression.
That's my That's all for this week, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next Saturday, 11 a.m. ish. Hopefully you can tune in live and hang out with us on the stream. Kisses until then.
Love you.